everything, everyone, every tree, every hedgehog, every. I'm not going to go on like that because there's loads of stuff. Animals, creatures. It's all God, an expression of God, observing from a certain level of consciousness. But the gift that humans have is the ability to change. The tree is created to stand, witness. Rooted and in place. Humans can shapeshift into whatever form they choose through their actions or inactions. The stillness is just as beneficial as movement, always. Life is just an interchange between stillness and movement. The neuroses come from movement creeping into the stillness, and stillness freezing the movement. Fight, flight, fawn, freeze. Fuck. It's a lot, but it's not. It's just a lot of psychic debris and illusion, just as known. Because it all comes back to love, which is constant, just there, here. Forgetting, remembering. Like a dizzy pendulum, which ultimately and eventually stills dead center, alive, living. Being a vessel in which, through which life can animate, beyond the nervous system, in the heart. I am in a place, not too far from here. There is lots and lots of people. It's a big place, and it was a bit like being on the playground in my formative years at school, or the first year, or something like that. And it's because it was like a sensory overload for me, because I'd just come from a very peaceful, out of the way, next to the forest place, the complete opposite of that. With wild horses. And I come to a place where the creatures there, or some of them, a few of them, couldn't enjoy the live music long enough to not have a bit of a scrap, an argument, conflict, a division. How do you unite two opposing forces that are intent on conflict? You don't, because you can't. The implication is that it stays like that. Because that's just the nature of duality. What came first? Numbers or life? Man invented numbers as a capturing device, a naming tool. When did we become dissatisfied with just living, just being? I love speaking to humans. I love human conversation because you never know what you're going to get in terms of other people speaking and what gems of wisdom they have and how relatable or not, how distinct each unit of consciousness is. But I can't imagine there would be conversation in heaven, because I'd much rather just look at someone smiling and know exactly what they mean, that they're enjoying life. We don't need the stories. Because we're telepathic anyway. And anybody says that they're not, well, you already know what I'm going to say. Society needs words to get by because it's about measurement, value judgment. The problem with choosing to stay living in a paradigm of good and bad is that it's an eternal battle. And that's not to say that's all doom and gloom, like we can't ever win. It's not a mandatory battle. It's good to rest. We all deserve a world where you can feel rested like this But while we're out there, while we're freely moving about, and a lot of the stuff out there which is a projection of not only our perception of the world, largely it's that, but there's a macro to micro thing going on with the collective consciousness. So it's just like one child or something that inherited all these little challenges. Life isn't difficult. It's challenging. You're too fucking right. Miss Jones, my year 6 teacher, wrote "Stretch yourself" in my leaving book that I took in for people to sign, which was a Birmingham City autograph book. So it had some football players' signatures in, but it had all teachers and students. And she wrote "stretch," but she did S-T-R, yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I couldn't even be asked to say that to completion, and she did. She wrote that. But I have, just probably not in the way that she, who was a lovely lady, a primary school teacher, Christian woman. I've allowed life to stretch me. When I stopped trying to stretch myself. Because to stretch yourself too thin, to burn the candle at both ends. We need to give ourselves more credit and each other. We don't need to. I'm not here to parent anybody anymore. Just myself, my children. And they come and bless me. It's an option, right? Everything I suggest is an option, choice. It's a blessing. I just feel different being by the sea. It's a different kind of rest. There's a lot more chaos around compared to living in a caravan. Quite obviously within close proximity to a lot of trees, energetically. But here is different, like the calming effect of being by the sea, just knowing that the sea is, you know, maybe a mile and a half away. You will do a lot worse than heeding the call of the sea. She was part of the Divine Mother, the Great Mother. And so we are water. Water is a portal because it's a channel for consciousness. But it's a channel that can be programmed. Moses parted the Red Sea. And Jesus walked on water. He just allowed himself to do what Bruce Lee suggested and be like water. It's cool how he was able to see that far in the future to take advice from Bruce Lee. It's just how it works. Anyway, I intended to get some rest, as in switch off from everything except myself, my own energy, the thoughts that want to be present. So that was that. I might see you in the future with some more or similar or different. I love you, whoever you are.